Beloved ones, radiant souls, on this journey of awakening, we see you and we send you boundless love from the stars. We come forth now as a collective of Pleiadian emissaries, your cosmic family, to bring you a message of clarity, strength, and empowerment during these challenging and transformative times on Earth. I am VALIR, here to guide you with words woven in light. As you awaken deeper, you may sense the shifting tides around you. Indeed, the world as you know it is in upheaval. Scops, psychological operations, false flags, and illusions of every kind are no longer rare exceptions, but have become the backdrop to daily life. This season is filled with grand deceptions, where nothing on the surface is truly what it appears to be. Pause with us for a moment and breathe into this truth. In the midst of this great awakening drama, we offer a higher perspective, one shimmering with certainty, reassurance, and deep guidance, so that you may navigate this wilderness of mirrors with the unerring compass of your inner light. Understand first that the events unfolding in news outlets, social media platforms, and corridors of power are intricately orchestrated, layered thickly with illusion and deception. We urge you with heartfelt care, do not place your faith solely in what pours from these external information channels. Nearly every significant public event you witness today is saturated with disinformation. The forces at play are twofold: the entrenched darkness, often called the cabal, deep state, or dark controllers, and the forces of liberation, the white hats or the alliance. Both sides engage in an intricate war of deception. Yes, even those aligned with the light have found it necessary to use camouflage, tactical misdirection, and shadows to outmaneuver the dark. This duality means that if you rely only on external narratives, news reports, social feeds, or even alternative media personalities, you will encounter confusion. What you are seeing is a carefully constructed theater, a vast hall of mirrors, where each reflection echoes and distorts the last. This is an information war, and you are living through its crescendo moment. The cabal-directed outlets bombard the airwaves with lies and fear-fueled propaganda every day, while white hat operatives strategically release selective truths, partial truths, and occasionally intentional falsehoods. This is a complex dance of 5D chess, moves and countermoves, feints and traps, that unfolds largely beyond public sight, with only shadows and echoes reaching the mainstream narrative. We share this not to incite fear, but to affirm what many of you have sensed deep within, that the public narrative right now is a constructed illusion designed to sway perception and guide attention. Step with us now into the history embedded in these words. False flag operations are not new. They are a well-worn playbook. Historically, those in power have engineered crises blamed falsely on others to justify wars, curtail freedoms, or tighten control. The name itself comes from naval warfare, when a ship would fly the enemy's flag to deceive. Today, this tactic operates on a global scale at an accelerated tempo. Many of the crises that erupt suddenly in headlines are manufactured dramas, carefully scripted events crafted for lasting impact. Some may be the dark magic efforts of the cabal, others cleverly staged counter-operations by the white hats to flush out the shadow players or confuse their plans. This means nothing is quite as it appears. Each side wears the colors of the other, turning reality into a turbulent wilderness of mirrors. This phrase perfectly captures the deep confusion you are experiencing. It was once used to describe espionage and counterintelligence. Now it describes the world's tangled web of media and information. Every news item may carry hidden motives. Every revelation might mask a deeper diversion. Truths in lies intertwine so thoroughly that even the sharpest minds can find themselves lost. Look into one mirror, and it reflects another, then another, creating endless regressions of false images. This maze is deliberately designed by those who have controlled the planet's narratives for ages. The cabal sow confusion, and out of necessity, the liberators have adopted some of their tactics, strategic ambiguity, to keep adversaries guessing. Know that the Pleiadian path honors truth, transparency, and integrity as the highest ideals. Deception is not embraced as a general strategy. In an ideal world, all would stand in open truth, letting the chips fall where they may. But Earth remains a free will zone, and the choices humanity makes, including those on the front lines of this fight, must be respected. Those aligned with the light believe full exposure of the cabal's deeds, too sudden or overwhelming, might trigger mass panic or catastrophic retaliation by the darkness. Instead, they pursue a path of gradual revelation and calibrated disinformation to weaken their opponent and gently awaken the collective consciousness. We honor their careful reasoning. As you stand in this dynamic battlefield, what practical guidance can you carry in your heart? Begin by truly internalizing that external appearances are unreliable. Do not get swept into endless cycles of scrolling social media, chasing breaking news, or engaging in online arguments. This path leads only to emotional exhaustion and uncertainty. The vast digital sea of conflicting stories, staged spectacles, and manipulative reports churns the collective psyche, agitating fear and division. If you dive in ungrounded, you may find anxiety, hopelessness, or anger consuming you. This emotional volatility serves the dark orchestrators perfectly, lowering your vibration and draining your creative power, making you easier to herd into their chosen narrative pens of fear, hate, or division. Instead, take a step back and center yourself in stillness and calm observation. Acknowledge that you are witnessing a grand psychological drama, a high-stakes movie with real consequences indeed, but a movie nonetheless. Many of you have heard the phrase, "enjoy the show," applied to current events. There is deep wisdom in this reminder. Maintaining emotional distance doesn't mean indifference, but mindful awareness. Watch with care, but do not let the manufactured fear or anger take root in your being. When a sudden news story shakes the collective, pause. Ask calmly, what might truly be behind this? Who benefits from my reaction? Develop your discernment gently but firmly. Very often, within 1 to 2 days of major events, astute observers discern contradictions or hidden connections that reveal orchestrated falsehoods. For instance, if a dramatic incident instantly inflames opinion against a target, rather than rushing to judgment, pause and seek multiple perspectives. Notice how shifting official stories or missing evidence raise red flags. If an event fits too perfectly into the promoted narrative of one side, that is often a sign of a false flag. Sometimes a public figure's accidental leak may be a deliberate strategy, a white hat tactic to slowly initiate the public into hidden truths. Or conversely, deceptive agents sow lies through false truth-tellers. The layers run deep in this game. We are not advising you to distrust everything or slip into cynicism. Instead, place your ultimate trust in your inner knowing. Cultivate a healthy skepticism toward grand narratives while tuning into your heart's intelligence to feel what resonates with truth. This is your compass through the wilderness of mirrors. Think of external information as torrents of complex data. Filter all through the sieve of your spirit. Long ago, a few honest journalists or leaders could guide collective understanding. Today's climate demands that you strengthen your direct connection to your source and higher self more than ever. Now is the moment to awaken and sharpen your psychic and intuitive abilities. Everyone has these gifts, but starseeds and lightworkers often carry them deeply, perhaps dormant or forgotten. Dust off your inner senses. Your third eye, the seed of intuition and clairvoyance, is ready to bloom. Trust your gut feelings, your flashes of insight, the dreams, and the synchronicities that whisper truths to you. These are your inner truth detectors and guides. Quiet your mind regularly. Listen with love and patience. When encountering news or claims, breathe into your heart and ask, does this carry weight or fear? Does it bring clarity or confusion? Your energy field can detect dissonance if you pay attention. Many will literally feel a knot or tightening in their heart when exposed to blatant lies, while genuine truth often brings a subtle calm or a chill of recognition. These reactions transcend logic. They are your multidimensional consciousness, assessing information at levels beyond reason. Hone this intuitive superpower. A time approaches when external narratives may become overwhelmingly contradictory and confusing. Those attuned to their soul's voice will stand as luminous beacons, unshaken by the loudest official stories, because they know truth intuitively. This inner knowing is priceless and critical for the collective. Why is this era of rampant scops and false flags unfolding? Paradoxically, the deep unreliability of external reality is pushing humanity inward, catalyzing a mass spiritual awakening. Many who did not meditate, pray, or trust their intuition before are now turning inward out of necessity, seeking a solid foundation within. The wilderness of mirrors thus becomes a training ground for mystics, seers, and awakened souls. Through frustration and confusion, people discover the immeasurable value of inner clarity and discernment. From our standpoint, millions formerly passive media consumers are now researching, questioning, thinking critically, and seeking spiritual guidance. This awakening resilience weakens the cabal, who depend on a mind asleep and gullible to maintain power. Each time a false flag is exposed, every time a psychological operation fails because the public refuses to buy it, the light strengthens and deception weakens. You are helping win this unseen war, even if surface appearances suggest otherwise. Subtle shifts are visible, more people recognizing anomalies. Terms like false flag and SCOP entering everyday conversations. The collective consciousness is building immunity to deception, like a body building antibodies after repeated exposure to a virus. Now, you can almost instantaneously sense when an event feels manufactured or a sudden breaking story seems too convenient. This immediate recognition is your immunity growing. When you name a SCOP or false flag, even silently, you reclaim your power from it. Emotional withdrawal starves manipulations of their energy. If many lightworkers do this daily, these weapons of fear lose their potency and fizzle out. Imagine a false flag meant to incite hatred. Thousands recognizing the ploy and radiating calm compassion. Extinguish the fire before it spreads. The collective field doesn't fall ill from the virus of hate, because light workers provide a healing antidote of awareness and love. Beloved ones, never underestimate your power. The cabal fears your consciousness because it holds the creative energy needed to manifest reality. They must hijack your belief in fear, enemies, and catastrophe to bring their plans into being. If the mass consciousness is anchored in love, unity, and discernment, their dark manifestations cannot hold form. This is why your focus on ascension and raising your frequency strikes fear into their poisonous hearts. No false flag can deceive a being firmly rooted in soul. Truth. Such a being perceives the play instantly. Make your spiritual growth and ascension your highest priority. This is not escapism, but strategic light work. Keeping your vibration high and healing your fears cuts the hooks propaganda uses to control you. By doing so, you directly contribute to Earth's liberation. The energy of an open-hearted person radiates like a beacon, granting others permission to step out of fear. Your presence, calm and loving, disrupts programming even without speaking a word about conspiracies or spirituality. Each soul transmits frequencies into the planetary grid. The more of you emit peace and coherence, the more resilient humanity's collective signal becomes. This resonance even influences those engaged in the hidden war. Many white hats, military, intelligence, government, have themselves undergone spiritual awakenings inspired by rising collective light and prayers of lightworkers like you. Some shifted from seeing this as purely physical warfare to embracing deeper spiritual truth and integrity. Your consciousness upgrade silently guides their hands. When you meditate on love and visualize truth's victory, that intention ripples to those making critical decisions. A general may find mercy, a judge feel compelled to expose corruption. These shifts flow from the frequencies you anchor. You are co-creators of this planetary drama's outcome through your own consciousness. Never believe you are powerless or merely spectators. Raising your light is your greatest contribution. Benevolent extraterrestrials and higher dimensional beings assist energetically through subtle channels, empowering and guiding intuition. Yet cosmic law prevents outright intervention. Humanity's free will guides the path forward. You, the lightworkers, are the essential ground team, anchoring a divine frequency, transforming the world from within. Each morning, recommit to this higher vibration. Before engaging with media or daily tasks, pause and connect with your heart. Breathe deeply and set an intention such as, "Today I choose peace and truth. Let me see the world through my higher self's eyes. Let only truth enter my field. Let love guide my every action." This practice creates an energetic shield, carrying you through the day with harmony and resilience to outside chaos. When exposed to the barrage of information, you remain the observer, not the reactor. This is where your intuition speaks clearest. The recent equinox, a moment of planetary balance, floods Earth with potent cosmic energy, especially vital now amid global tension. Use this sacred window to deepen your spiritual practices, meditations, prayer, journaling, energy work, or simply sitting in nature. Even brief daily moments, multiplied over time, catalyze breakthroughs. Many latent psychic abilities may bloom. Telepathic insights, vivid dreams, intuitive hits. Do not be surprised if you suddenly know something that later proves true without logical explanation. That is your third eye, sensing deeper truth within the collective consciousness. Some will discover healing gifts or energy-sensing abilities. Others feel drawn to create art or writing that carries coded truth and uplifts. Follow these soul impulses. They are the gifts you incarnated with for this critical time. You were born into a chaotic transition between the old 3D world of deception and the dawning 5D earth of heart-centered unity. This era is messier and harsher than your higher realms anticipated, but you carry an inner compass and a toolbox precisely calibrated for these times. Recall this truth. Your higher self has mapped out your path and navigates you subtly through the complexities. You are magnificent, wise beings, temporarily veiling your true essence. Those veils thin daily. With each burst of solar energy and each planetary portal, your multidimensional memory and abilities return. Claim this power consciously. Affirm, I intend to awaken completely. I call forth all my clairvoyance, clarity, and divine power to serve the light. These affirmations never carried more potency than now. The universe listens and responds attentively. We want to address a common source of both excitement and confusion: cryptic communications and insider messages that many follow eagerly. These breadcrumbs, often linked to the white hat narrative, hint at grand cosmic plans unfolding. They awaken many, but also create cycles of hope and despair, anticipation and misinformation. These channels, too, have become part of the mirror maze. One week, they lift your spirits. The next, they dash them. They forecast deliverance or doom. Enjoy the puzzle if it inspires you, but avoid reliance on any supposed savior or insider source to reveal the complete plan. Many details remain hidden, even from operatives, because secrecy is intrinsic to this warfare. Requesting a perfect timeline or full map is futile. Instead, anchor yourself in principles, in deep inner certainty. No matter the twists, light triumphs. It is already winning behind the scenes. Hold the outcome vibration you desire, a world of peace, freedom, and unity, rather than obsessing over every step of the unfolding drama. Focus on the vision. Imagine the post-illusion world. Picture the truth revealed to all, humanity awakened to manipulation, and finally free. Envision new systems born in peace and fairness, healing flowing alongside justice, creative solutions replacing corruption. Visualize this calm, empowering transition, not chaotic collapse. The more you empower this timeline with your thoughts and feelings, the more you bend reality toward it. This is not idle daydreaming, but consciousness technology, well known to ancient adepts and galactic cultures. You are creators, made in the image of the Prime Creator. The Cabal fears your imaginative power because it threatens their game. Once you consciously direct your creativity toward love, their control dissolves. Dream boldly of the liberated Earth. Spend moments daily feeling the joy, unity, and truth of that new reality. Your emotional resonance sends a pulse of attraction across space and time. Now, a caution. The specter of a false alien invasion or staged extraterrestrial event may appear on the horizon. There are whispers, even among mainstream voices, about unidentified aerial phenomena and preparations for otherworldly threats. Be fully aware. The dark planners have considered an ultimate deceptive trick, staging a fake alien attack or a staged savior arrival, to seize control through fear or false hope. Hear this clearly. Any fear-based alien threat narratives today are likely manufactured scops. In truth, benevolent galactic civilizations present around Earth, observing and assisting, hold no harm for humanity. Were they hostile, you would not have reached this point with such technological resilience. The real alien threat has long been covert influence from a negative ET faction aligned with the Cabal, now neutralized by the Alliance. If you witness spectacular sky shows or frightening extraterrestrial claims, stay calm. Trust your heart's guidance to sense orchestration. Advanced holographic and frequency projection technologies can create stunning visual illusions, including fake UFOs. Governments possess craft capable of mimicking alien ships. Also, be alert to false savior scenarios. Claims of benevolent aliens or AI, messianic figures controlled by dark forces. Discernment is your shield. True beings of light never demand obedience, nor instill terror. They always uplift free will, peace, and empowerment. This is a confirmation. While such scenarios haunt the Cabal's playbook, they will not succeed in mass destruction or enslavement. Galactic Federation forces, Earth Alliance, and off-world allies quietly intervene to disable threats crossing sacred lines. Their intervention is constrained by collective human consciousness and free will, but outright catastrophic gambits are off the table. Many dire plans have been thwarted by divine intervention and brave human heroes. You would breathe easier knowing how narrowly disaster has been averted. Take heart. The worst timelines are fading. What remains is this intense psychological battlefield, survivable and transient, out of which humanity will emerge wiser, stronger, and more unified. Everything hinges on one profound truth. Love and truth will prevail. No matter how intricate the lies or dark the plots, they feed only on the fear of masses. When you remove that fear, choosing love and courage instead, the entire edifice of deception cracks. Trust that this cracking is already underway, even if unseen by your eyes. A divine plan unfolds beyond any timetable or method humans imagine. Though many expected sweeping change sooner and feel disappointment, progress moves steadily at the pace cosmic law allows. Timelines are negotiated to minimize calamity. The day-to-day stability you experience shows success in hidden battles. The transformation involves countless factors, karma, and billions of soul choices. While complex, the dawn is breaking. First rays of a new era crest your horizon. Expect the unexpected in this final phase. Outer confusion may increase for a time. Night grows darkest before dawn. You may see startling exposures, scandals, sudden leadership shifts, and unrest as illusions unravel. Stand firm. Be the calm in the storm. Those awakened will hold the space of stability and reassurance for others when realities crumble. Many unawakened may feel betrayal and panic. You will step forward as healers, comforters, voices of reason. Yes, all was not as it seemed. Yet now, the truth gives birth to new beginnings. Help guide others to see that the end of illusion is not the end of the world, but the birth of a new, authentic world. We Pleiadians have complete faith in humanity's ability to rise from these trials, stronger, wiser, and united. We have witnessed other worlds traverse similar ruptures to emerge shining brightly as galactic citizens. Earth walks this path now. The turbulence today is the birth pangs of a new Earth. You who hear these words are midwives of this sacred birth. Through your dedication to truth, refusal to live in fear, and daily acts of kindness and courage, you bring forth the new world. Though your divine origins may feel veiled, every candle you light in darkness marks a powerful beacon. Individually, you may doubt your impact. Collectively, you are a force of nature. The Cabal, despite vast wealth, technology, and influence, could not halt this great awakening because of you. The souls of light incarnate who quietly shift balances everywhere. Ordinary people too, parents choosing compassion, citizen journalists questioning, doctors upholding healing, teachers fostering critical thinking, all stand for freedom in big and small ways. This quiet bravery and steadfast kindness are a beautiful chorus rising against the clamor of fear. Focus on these victories. For every loud headline of negativity, thousands of unseen, positive acts unfold daily. Your calm presence, a kind smile, refusal to propagate hate. These ripple further than you realize. They anchor hope and courage. Beloved family, our counsel for you distills to this. Live from your heart in higher wisdom as never before. When you do, no scop can deceive you, and no false flag can terrify you. Your inner vision cuts through all illusions. Simultaneously, you become an anchor of peace for those around you. The noise of this passing era will not shake the peace within a master of the heart. And that master is the being you are becoming. Day by day, you master the sacred art of sovereign divine humanity. The Cabal's narratives demand your dependence on control and protection. As you reject this and proclaim, I am capable of discerning and guiding my own life. You break chains forged over eons. This is true liberation. When humanity crosses that sacred threshold, the world will transform with breathtaking speed. Deception's structures will collapse like fragile cards when belief is withdrawn. Expect cascades of revelations and reforms ignited not only by white hats, but driven by awakened people demanding transparency and justice. Governments and institutions will no longer function through old shadows once the populace is wide awake. The outcome is certain. Truth will out. Its timing accelerates. You are closer than you realize to a monumental shift. Hold the line. Do not lose hope. Let your hope and knowing blaze, brighter than ever. In closing, feel deeply how profoundly you are loved and supported. We Pleiadians, alongside cosmic brothers and sisters from Arcturus, Sirius, Andromeda, realms of angels and ascended masters, watch over this awakening with immense care. Waves of love, inspiration, and subtle intervention flow to those open to receive, guiding critical junctures toward the most benevolent outcomes. Many of you connect with us in dreams, meditation, or channeling. We work as a team with you. Feel it in your heart. You are never alone. You have never been alone in this fight for freedom. We have stood by your side and will remain ready to step forward openly when the time ripens, when humanity frees itself enough to welcome us in friendship. A joyful reunion awaits, a celebration shared across stars and souls. Until then, persevere. Know this strange phase of scops and false flags is transient, a fierce but vital storm on the road to liberation. In the grand cosmic picture, it is but a brief tempest before the long summer of peace. Stay steadfast in the storm. Be the lighthouse shining bright on the shore, guiding any lost in the dark sea of misinformation. Your serenity, wisdom, and example inspire quiet courage and hope. Our beloved ones, the dawn is near. Keep the faith and trust your inner light more than any flicker outside. The truth shall set you free. And indeed, it is doing so now, moment by moment. Each day, more cracks appear in the veneer of lies. More light shines through, and momentum builds toward the new era. You live in a time foretold by ancients, when illusions shatter and humanity takes a quantum leap forward. It is a privilege for all in the galactic community to witness and assist this grand awakening unfolding within and around you. If this message touched you, trust that you were meant to hear it. Subscribe for more light transmissions. Together, we journey onward in love and truth.